What's going on, guys? Jake here with AZ Outdoors. Today I wanted to bring you guys a video on my top 3 summertime lures for Arizona bass fishing. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. So summertime bass fishing in Arizona. Basically, you got 2 times a day to bass fish. Right in the morning, right when the sun's coming up for maybe 3 hours, and then the last 3 hours of light. The rest of it, don't even bother, you're gonna get hot. Anyways, what I want to do today is I want to show you guys the top 3 lures that I personally use, my absolute confidence lures for summertime bass fishing in Arizona. Arizona fishing can be sparsely a little different than other parts of the country because we have such a hot climate. So without further ado, let's get on with the first lure that I go to. So my first lure that I'm going to be throwing in the morning or at night, or right in the evening, is going to be some sort of a topwater lure. The summertime is the best time for topwater fishing in Arizona. Right here, you got a walking bait, popper, frog. You can throw a buzz bait as well. Basically any topwater lure is going to work, but depending on your lake is going to depend on what the bass are going to want. Usually my go-to bait in the summertime for topwater is a walking bait. Whether if I'm working it fast or slow, they're going to end up grabbing it eventually. My next one is a popper. Poppers are personally my favorite way of topwater fishing, but I just adapt to the situation. If they don't want a popper, I'll throw on a walking bait. If they don't want a walking bait, I'll throw a buzz bait on, and if they want anything else, I'll try to throw a frog. Frogs are my weakness right now, but I still get quite a bit of action. I just suck at hook sets. So my next lure, if they're not hitting topwater, I'm just gonna throw something of a shad pattern. And my confidence lure is a spinnerbait. And depending on the color of your water, is going to depend on the color of the spinnerbait that you're throwing. Usually I have a little bit of a dingy situation going on, so I always throw a little bit of chartreuse in the skirt, but I make sure I use a white trailer. Gold blades, silver Colorado. So spinnerbaits are great, whether if you're slow rolling them, just bumping the bottom with them, or if you are just absolutely burning them and popping them as you go. Spinnerbaits are they're my confidence bait for the mid water level. And lastly, my third lure that I go to personally is going to be a drop shot. When it gets late in the morning, the bass are going to get really lethargic. They're not going to really want to chase anything, so that's when I'll just throw a drop shot on, like what I have on right here. But at this park, my weight sadly broke off on a pipe, I think, but I'll throw a drop shot and just work it very subtly and very slow. I don't really use drop shots I don't really work drop shots too quick in the summertime. I want to let that lure, or well, that worm, I want to let that worm sit in that bass's face for as long as I can and just give it subtle little twitches so it has a little bit of action, just to make it look lifelike. My personal go-to is probably going to be a morning dawn robo worm. That's generally the tried and true worm of Arizona is a morning dawn robo worm, a 4-inch straight tail, or you can get a 4-inch straight tail morning dawn robo worm with a chartreuse tail on it. Basically, it looks like it's dipped, the tail. So that's going to cover my top 3 summertime lures for Arizona bass fishing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go down and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends if you found it useful. And I'll see you guys in the next video.